I thought staying out of each other's way was the decent way to break up, but I just had to itch, mailing her my massive stockpile of strawberry condoms. Who knew she was live on a reality show, opening the box on national TV? The chat lost its mind. Now, she stormed straight to my door, still in her filming clothes. The banging on my door shook the entire floor. I opened it to find a camera lens shoved in my face. She was grinding her teeth, holding up a little foil square. You bought these, so don't think you can run without using them. When the hot search exploded, I had just stepped out of the shower, wondering if her package had arrived yet. Then my manager called, frantically asking if I had mailed something to Baiju. How did you know? I asked. His voice cracked with despair. And there's strawberry condoms. How on earth did you know? I was utterly shocked. Just 2 hours ago I was cleaning my room and found a massive box I had hoarded. I bought those strawberry condoms back then thinking we'd go wild together. The more I bought, the cheaper they got, so I hoarded them. Who knew we'd break up before even getting halfway through? I called a local courier to send them back, but I only sent them an hour ago. How did my manager already know? He just said, look at the hot searches, and hung up. Baffled, I opened Weibo. Instantly, several trending tags popped up. The top one was brutally simple. Baiju strawberry condoms. The ones below it weren't any better, especially when I saw my own name. I'm coming to get you. My hand shook as I tapped it. The feed was flooded with clips posted by Net, so I didn't even have to search. It was a clip from a home reality show Baiju was filming. In the video, she was sitting on the floor playing games when the doorbell rang. She opened the door to find a delivery guy. Baiju thought it was a mistake and was about to reject it. But the courier said, it's correct. Mr. Lin sent this to you. You know him, right? She froze. Her hand, which was pulling back, reached out again. She carried the box inside. When we first debuted, we starred in a massive hit teen drama together. To this day, people still bring up that drama. Our coupleship absolutely dominated the fan boards back then, especially after we went public with our real-life relationship. Our popularity was unmatched. Seeing me send her something now, the live chat immediately exploded. I knew our ship wasn't dead, followed by crying face comments. Please, you guys haven't even had a baby for us. Can you just get back together? Open it. I'm so curious. Sitting cross-legged on the carpet, she hugged the big box, her lips curling up uncontrollably. The chat teased her for being so easily pleased. My husband still has me in her heart, but the moment she opened the box, her smile froze. What is it? Let us see. I'm dying here. Zoom in. The camera crew obligingly panned over, and what came into view was a massive box packed to the brim with strawberry condoms. The chat froze for a few seconds before erupting into pure chaos. Ha ha ha, who on earth mails this stuff after a breakup? Am I the only one noticing they bought so many? They really loved each other. How shameless they're broken up and he still sends this to his ex. How shameless. No need to be so hostile. People. Baiju didn't read the chat. She slammed the box shut, then opened it again. Few seconds later, still a box of strawberry condoms. She stared at it, then suddenly looked down at her dress. Her face went completely pale. She spat out my name, Lin Mo, like she wanted to eat me alive. The director, loving the drama, zoomed in on her face. She stared dead into the camera, her gaze piercing through the screen straight at me. She said in a deadly calm voice, just you wait. I'm coming to get you. My hand shook, and I almost dropped my phone. I picked it up, telling myself it was 1 a.m., so she was probably just bluffing. To mess with her, I opened my phone and texted, use your own stuff by yourself. It sent successfully. But then, was it just my imagination? I thought I heard a ringtone outside my door. The next second, my phone vibrated. It was a text from Baiju. Open the door. I know you're home. Right then, my doorbell rang loudly. Worried about the neighbors, I rushed to open it. She was leaning against the wall with one hand wearing the exact outfit from her show, not even having changed her slippers. She looked like she had rushed straight over to murder me. I gulped nervously. What are you doing here? She narrowed her eyes, gritting her teeth. You bought these, so of course we're using them together. My jaw dropped, and my gaze slowly drifted to the camera standing right behind her. I gulped. That night, the trending topics exploded again, all about strawberry condoms. The live chat was utterly confused. Wait, they went inside and locked us out. I looked away for a second. Why are we staring at a security door? How do you use them? She was in such a rush that she shut the cameraman outside. Get your popcorn and soda here. Don't miss the show. Honestly, the showbiz have no other way to hype things up. If you don't like it, hit the exit button in the corner. Meanwhile, inside my apartment, I curled up on the sofa like a scared quail. She sniffed around like a cat, and after inspecting her territory, sat opposite me. She whipped out a pack of the little squares, tossed them on the table like a boss, and demanded, "All right, Spiller, what's this about?" My head throbbed. Why did she bring those with her? Well, if I said I sent them by mistake, would you believe me? Her voice went up an octave. By mistake. She pointed at her own face. Lin Mo, do you think I have idiot written on my forehead? Seeing me stay silent, she suddenly grabbed her own neck, looking like an aggrieved wife. "Lin Mo, if you don't give me an explanation today, I will strangle myself. I can't live like this." I watched her hands loosely resting on her neck while she peeked at me. I could barely hold in my laughter. "Fine, what do you want then?" Hearing this, she put her hands down, acting casual. "How about this? My show needs a friend to guest star in a couple of days. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself, okay?" I pretended to hesitate, frowning, fearing I would refuse. She immediately put her hands back on her neck. "Don't you dare say no." This time I really couldn't stop laughing. All right, I was just teasing. I'll go. She gave me a smug look. "That's more like it." I stood up to see her out, but opening the door, we found the cameraman crouching in the corner, looking incredibly resentful. He was almost in tears. A whole 29 minutes and 36 seconds. "Do you know what we went through? It's been half an hour. They must have made up." Ha ha ha, the cameraman was literally drawing circles on the floor. Am I the only one who noticed she was actually happier when she arrived? After sending her off, I lay in bed, scrolling through my phone. I opened Weibo again to check the trending page. Sure enough, the feed was flooded with clips of her coming to my place. As I was scrolling, my phone suddenly chimed with a notification. My close friend alert showed she had posted, "We have a very special guest next week. Stay tuned." The comments section was instantly flooded with fans. Who is it? So hard to guess. First, let's rule out Lin Mo. Second, let's also rule out Lin Mo. If she gets back with her ex, I'll celebrate. Please. You're broken up. Stop cloud chasing. What's the rush? Upstairs. Who is cloud chasing whom is still up in the air? So did they actually break up or not? Regarding our breakup, the outside world had always gossiped. Actually, we just drifted apart because we were too busy with work. After a silly argument, we split up. Now, I can't even remember why we fought. I regretted it within 3 minutes of breaking up, and so did she. But both of us had no experience with breakups, so neither of us brought up getting back together. We just kept testing the waters until today's happy accident finally got things moving. While I was daydreaming, she sent me a text. It was a screenshot of her Weibo comments, which were completely overrun by strawberry condom brands having an absolute field day. She texted me a polite smile emoji. My reputation is ruined. I rolled over, hiding under my blanket to laugh, and decided to tease her back. She kept showing typing before finally sending a smiley face. I couldn't stop laughing and forwarded it to my manager. He replied with a string of dots. I felt a sudden sense of dread. Sure enough, he texted, "You think you don't have them too? Oh my god. Haha, you didn't sign me up for any of those brand deals, right?" Guess he replied, "Just kidding, relax." I let out a sigh of relief, but then he added, "But I did book you for a red carpet with her, don't forget." The next day at a magazine shoot, I woke up early to rush to the set. During our mid-session break, I finally opened my phone. It was packed with messages from her. 6:30, woke up. 6:35, followed by a voice note of her brushing her teeth. And 6:50, taking a shower. There was a long gap before she texted again at 7:30 with just a string of dots. The rest were replies from her own filming breaks. I quoted the dots and texted back, "What's this?" She was probably busy on set because she didn't reply for ages, until I finished my shoot. The second I stepped into my van, my phone buzzed. She wrote, "Deep cleaning my body." Holding the phone, I typed back, "Speak plainly, please." She replied with a row of stars. My eye twitched, and I quickly glanced at my manager. Fortunately, he was busy checking schedules on his iPad. "You don't have to be this blunt," I texted. She replied, "To you, I have zero secrets. Just straight up blunt." This was so direct that my heart skipped a beat. Before I could process it, she sent me a link. I tapped the link. It was a trending topic about our industry friend visiting a set. She texted, "I want a set visit too." Even through the screen, I could picture her adorable, pouty face. Remembering a popular online meme, my fingers flew across the keyboard. I quickly typed, "If Jairu wants it, Jairu gets it." Putting my phone down, I mentioned this to my manager. He agreed it was a great idea to generate some buzz. "I just checked the data," he said. "You and her still have a massive following. If you want to go public with your reunion, this is the perfect chance. I'll get some paparazzi to snap photos and have marketing accounts push the story." Hearing this, my excitement faded. The truth is, our agency played a big part in our breakup. They're businessmen, driven by profit. They only allowed us to date because we brought each other exposure to maximize earnings. But neither of us wanted to be tied together for clout. We wanted people to think of our actual work when they heard our names. Our work, sadly, that didn't align with the agency's goals. I gave a soft sigh, looked out the window, and closed my eyes in silence. Sensing my mood, my manager offered to help secure that new project for me. I nodded, still silent. The paparazzi was extremely reliable. The next morning as I got out of my car, he gave me a reassuring look from a distance before blending into the crowd. I quietly headed onto the set. The place was chaotic, and I couldn't find her. I pulled out my phone to call her, when someone tapped my left shoulder. I turned left, but she popped up from the right eyes, crinkling with mischief. I froze, then laughed. giving her a gentle shove. You scared me to death. Juicy how a guest actor on set walked over looking completely miserable. Oh my god, can your couples give me a break? He began complaining. First it was Shensai showing off, and now it's you guys. Damn it, I want to visit her too. She couldn't stand it and pulled him away, gritting her teeth. Just talk, don't get so close. He hasn't even hugged me yet. She shot me a I laughed and pulled them apart, telling my assistant to hand out the afternoon tea I bought under her name. Sipping his milk tea, Juicy how muttered, "Fine, since there's food, I'll tell the director to shoot my scenes first, please." Watching him walk away, Baijiro's face completely fell, whimpering like a kicked puppy. I haven't even gotten close to my husband yet. Clutching my milk tea, I pretended not to hear. In a panic, he rushed over to pinch my waist. "Hubby, say something." I laughed so hard I was shaking with laughter. Baijiru suddenly wrapped his arms around me. "Say something, or I am not letting you leave." Leaning my head against his, I casually replied, "Then I guess I won't leave." He froze, a suspicious blush creeping up his ears as his voice turned shy. "Are you really staying tonight?" I laughed. "What are you thinking?" I just squeezed in some time to visit. Otherwise someone would throw a fit when he got back. I stood up from his embrace. "I have a schedule tomorrow." When Zhang Tao came over, Baijiru was holding his face in his hands, staring at me intently, which made the director laugh. He snapped his fingers in front of his eyes. "Hey, what are you grinning at? Time to shoot. Stop staring." Reluctantly getting up, Baijiru kept reminding me, "Do not leave too early. Go rest in my room if you get tired. You know the pusk. There is a console, a tablet, and all your favorite snacks are there. Make sure to stay a while." "Okay." I smiled and nodded. "Got it. Go on." Baijiru walked away, looking back with every step. Left with no choice, Zhang Tao smacked him on the head. "Keep looking and I will extend your shoot until midnight." Holding his head and groaning, he finally trotted off with a grin. After he walked away, I wandered around the set. Finding nothing much to see, I asked for his room number and left. I have to say, this crew gets great treatment. Familiarly, I entered the path, which was the first 3 digits of my phone number and the last 3 of his. The door clicked open, a faint fragrance hit me, blended with his signature scent. Feeling very cozy and live. The room was dim with the heavy curtains drawn tight. I turned on the lights and noticed a few scripts on the coffee table, heavily highlighted with different colored markers. He must have left in a rush this morning. His bathrobe was tossed on the corner of the bed, and the duvet was a messy heap. I picked up the scripts to tidy them up, and accidentally spotted a bracelet underneath. Right next to it was a note written in his elegant, wild handwriting. "I knew you would clean up. Here's a little surprise I prepared for you." I smiled knowingly. Holding the bracelet up, I realized it was the exact one I had shared on social media 2 days ago. Slipping it on, I cleaned with even more energy. Under the pillow was a diamond stud, a ring in his bathrobe pocket, and finally, I found a watch in the wardrobe. A note read, "I can't believe you found it when I hid it so deep. My bad." Who is he kidding? He clearly didn't try to hide it. It sat right in the center, with the surrounding clothes pushed aside. I grabbed some comfortable loungewear from the closet, changed, and got into bed to catch up on sleep. While I was fast asleep, I felt a slight tickle on my face. Half opening my eyes, I saw that he was back. He had changed clothes, though his styled hair was untouched. He sat on the bed, playing with my hair. My voice, fresh from sleep, was thick with drowsiness. "What are you doing?" He mimicked my whiny tone. "Staring at you." He pulled me up from the bed. "Time to eat." Lacking any energy, I slumped back down, wanting to sleep more. He firmly pulled me back up and wrapped me in his arms. "Sleep anymore and you will turn into a pig." He dragged me to the sofa. I wanted to finish shooting quickly because I was worried you would get impatient, but look at you sleeping so soundly. Is my bed really that comfortable? With closed eyes, I chuckled. "Stop gossiping. If we don't nap later, we'll talk. First, let's eat." After lunch, I collapse onto the bed, totally satisfied. Turning my head, I see Baijiru walking over, dragging her coat. My heart skips a beat. "What are you doing?" With a mischievous grin, she says, "You tell me. You are sleeping in my bed and still asking what I am doing." I struggle to escape, but Jiru lunges from the foot of the bed, grabs my ankle, and pins me down. "Want to run? Too late. Sleep with me." She pulls a blanket over us. I close my eyes, braced for whatever comes next. After what feels like forever, I hear her chuckle above me. Jiru props her head up, looking down with a smirk. "Little rogue," she murmurs. My eyes fly open. "Aren't we sleeping?" She lies down, pulls me into her arms, and pats my back gently. "Just a nap," she whispers. "Don't get ideas. I have a massive night shoot later, so just nap with me for a bit." Jiru closes her eyes, burying her face in my chest. Her breathing soon slows to a steady rhythm. Having slept all morning, I am wide awake. I start counting her long, curled eyelashes one by one, until I finally bore myself right back to sleep. The room is dead silent, save for the two of us tangled together on the bed, breathing softly. Jiru has a long night of filming ahead. After buying late-night snacks for the crew, I get ready to leave. She sneaks away for a moment to see me off. The temperature on set has plummeted, and our breath mists in the air. Jiru is wearing a thin costume, her hands freezing. I stuff them into my pockets to warm them up. I can go back alone. Why did you come out? She looks down. Every second with you counts, she murmurs. I laugh, teasing her for being cheesy. We chat for a second before I wave goodbye. She stands there like a statue, so lost in watching me go that she misses the director approaching. Director Jiang nudges her, still staring. Get back to work. Once she leaves, Director Jiang dramatically fans his eyes as if crying. He wails that his own wife never visits him, saying his 12 years of directing have been a waste. As my van pulls away, I see crowds of girls waiting outside to see their favorite stars. I text Gyro's assistant telling her to buy some warm drinks for everyone, then put my phone away. I browse social media. The paparazzi are ridiculously fast. I literally just left, and the video's already circulating. To make it look authentic, they blurred the footage as if shooting from a distance. Through the shaky camera, you can see Jiru holding me close while we whisper to each other. I give her a playful nudge. The whole interaction is so intimate, filled with undeniable chemistry. Fans are going wild. One comments, "Help me up. I am still shipping them." Another says, "Exes just hit different. Are they back together? This is life or death for me." Others claim it is totally fake. Who actually falls for this media play? But honestly, it feels real. My ex and I were exactly like this when we were hovering around a breakup. Comments beg the show to start live streaming immediately. Sensing the hype, the brilliant production team drops a teaser announcing the next live broadcast starts tomorrow. Netizens spread the news like wildfire. By the next day, the stream is packed with eager gossip lovers. We dominate the trending charts, and the producer is grinning from ear to ear. I arrive at her place and ring the bell. Jiru opens the door quickly. I suspect she only rang it for show. If the cameras weren't rolling, she probably would have just walked right in. Jiru is busy cooking in the kitchen. "Your slippers are by the door," she calls out. Fans in the chat tease her immediately. I slip into my usual comfortable house slippers at the entryway and head inside. So those slippers really belong to Lin Mo. I knew they looked familiar. I lean against the kitchen doorframe, asking if she needs any help. Without looking back, she tells me to just relax. When I do not move, she grins. "How about a reward kiss instead?" I roll my eyes. The chat explodes with questions about whether we are officially back together. Some fans celebrate, while others demand a straight answer, complaining about the endless teasing. One writes, "If they are dating, I am out." Another snaps back, "She is an actress, not an idol. Nobody cares if you leave." We cannot see the storm brewing in the live chat, but the producer's ecstatic face says it all. On my way back to the living room, the doorbell rings again. It turns out to be a few of Jiro's celebrity friends, all of whom I know, including Su-yeon. The other two are actors Liang Yijo and Leng Wu. Having worked with Wooji before, we are quite close. I nudge him playfully, asking why he is alone and where Zhou Yang is. Wooji waves his hand dismissively. "Do not even ask. A few days ago he went racing with Pijik. They were fine getting in the cars. But when he got out, he tripped and fell flat on his face. Chungjin took a picture and posted it online." Wooji takes a sip of water, laughing. He has refused to leave the house for days out of sheer embarrassment. The chatter rubs. Fans joke that he is probably trapped at home for another week. The entertainment world is surprisingly small, and seeing my favorite stars hanging out in private is pure joy. While we are chatting, Su-yeon slips away. I have a strong feeling she went to go pester the girls. I look around and spot Yeong leaning against the kitchen door, admiring Jiro's cooking. I sneak up behind her just in time to hear her whisper, "What a killer body." I shake my head, grab her by the collar, and drag her away as she whines that she was only looking. I know she is just teasing, otherwise we would have a real problem. Hearing the commotion, Jiru pokes her head out, spatula in one hand and soy sauce in the other. "What is going on?" I sigh. "Just focus on your cooking." She salutes. When we sit down, she naturally slides next to me. Yeong exchanges a knowing look with Yijo and Wooji, and the three of them start giggling like high schoolers gossiping. Yijo praises her skills, joking that he wants to send his personal chef to study under her. Jiru beams with pride, boasting about her absolute dominance in the kitchen. When it comes to cooking, he has got nothing on me. As we ate, Jiru casually rested her left hand on my leg, squeezing my inner thigh. Instinctively, I draped my leg over hers. Neither of us thought anything of it, until Su-yeon accidentally dropped his chopsticks and bent down to grab them. He caught us red-handed and shrieked dramatically. My eyes, Liang Yejo and Leng Wooji locked eyes, and both immediately bent down with lightning speed to witness the scene for themselves. A few seconds later, Su-yeon went full drama queen, leaning on Liang Yejo's shoulder and wailing, "Why? Why is it always me who gets hurt? Where is the bathroom? I need to wash my face and calm down." Before my brain could even register what was happening, I instinctively pointed. "Over there, second cabinet on the left. When you walk in, there are clean towels." Lang Wuji and Liang Yizhou went dead silent, while Su Yurong froze. Right in his tracks, he slowly turned around, and a few seconds later, ran away crying. Bai Jiru, on the other hand, was beaming, wearing a smug grin and giggling from time to time. The viewers in the comments were laughing, saying Su Yurong must be cursed to always run into these awkward couple moments. But then, someone pointed out, wait, how does he know the layout of her place so well? He must visit a lot. Jiru boasted. My husband still remembers my home. I just smugly enjoyed the attention. The dinner was incredibly lively, filled with constant chatting and laughter. The afternoon flew by, and once the crew finished tallying the rankings, Liang Yizhou and the other two went to do their solo interviews. Jiru seized the moment, pulling me into a corner and fiddling with the hem of my shirt. Don't leave after we finish filming tonight, okay? Is that really okay? I asked. She twirled a lock of hair around her finger. As long as she paused, then slowly traced her finger across my collarbone. Her voice soft and teasing. As long as you were willing. I nodded eagerly, repeating, yes, absolutely. Jiru was the last one to be interviewed. The moment she sat down, the staff asked her the questions everyone was dying to know. A voice from off camera asked, everyone is curious about your relationship with Linmo. Care to share? Jiru nodded. Of course. Honestly, I am also curious about what we are right now. I think Linmo needs to answer that. The live chat instantly erupted, summarizing it as, got it. So, you two are still unofficial. The staff then followed up, since you two were broken up, why did you invite him? Weren't you afraid he would say no? At this, Jiru smirked with absolute confidence. My bank card still gets alerts whenever he spends my money. He is willing to use my card, which proves he still cares. Otherwise, why isn't he spending someone else's cash? The chat went wild. Where do I find an ex-girlfriend like this? She is hopelessly whipped. Another chimed in. Remember, Lin Mo is spending a wealthy girl's money, not ours. Even the staff was visibly stunned, quickly rushing through the rest of the questions before wrapping up the shoot. With today's shoot wrapped and Liang Yizhou's group gone, the crew prepared to pack up. The PD kindly offered me a ride, but I noticed by Jiro's face instantly fall. I politely declined, saying, thanks, but no need. I am actually staying here tonight, I said, feeling a bit self-conscious. The PD froze, then grinned in realization. Ah, got it. I won't disturb you then. Once the crew left, the house fell dead silent. Just me and Baijiru, neither of us saying a word. Without a word, Baijiru pinned me against the door and wrapped his arms around my neck, forcing me to lean down. He kissed me fiercely, brows slightly furrowed, as his soft, warm tongue parted my teeth, dragging me into his demanding rhythm. The wet, intimate sounds filled the quiet room. Who knows how long passed before Baijiru collapsed against my neck, panting heavily while his hands aimlessly traced over my skin. Feeling his soft, fluffy hair, I couldn't see his face, so I just looked down, amused. Are you a cat, leaving marks like this? I teased, but then he suddenly froze. A warm, wet tear dripped onto my chest. In a panic, I cupped his face. His eyes were red and shimmering, was crying. Half amused, I asked, why the tears? You are the one kissing me. Embarrassed to let me see him like this, he buried his face right back into my chest, his voice muffled. Can we not break up? Hubby, I miss you so much every single day. His breath hitched, on the verge of tears again. I will give you all my money, my heart, my everything. Just don't leave me, please. He clung to me tightly. He squeezed my waist tight. I am never parting with you again, Baijiru, I said, telling him to look up at me. Pouting, he looked up. I cupped his cheeks with both hands, squishing his lips and playfully rubbing his face. How are you this cute? I teased. He just stared back, looking completely dazed. Stop mumbling, I said, looking right into her eyes, enunciating every single word. Why do you think I agreed to stay tonight? I let you hold and kiss me for so long, Gi. Thought my stance was obvious. Baijiru blinked, dazed. Before her brow cleared, she grabbed my hand and hauled me upstairs. As we left, someone called out, Jiru, you dropped your shoes. Don't need them. She yelled back. She headed straight to the shower. When I walked upstairs, I realized she had moved that entire box of condoms into the bedroom. It was hard to miss. Help me dry my hair, babe, she murmured, stepping out completely wet. I took the towel he handed me and sat him on the edge of the bed. Standing up, I draped it over his head and began gently drying his hair. I suddenly laughed, patting his head. Pat the kitty, no rain to worry about. Baijiru huffed, snapping his teeth at the air with a soft meow. Halfway through, I realized something was off. Why was he so quiet? Looking down, I saw that in this position, his head was right at my abdomen. His eyes were locked directly on my crotch. No wonder he was silent. Baijiru slowly looked up. His hair was damp and messy under the towel, those dark, watery eyes staring straight at me. He instinctively licked his lips. I swallowed hard, my throat suddenly dry. He looked incredibly cute like this. I reached down to scratch and rub his chin and playfully sticking her tongue out. I was so mesmerized I didn't even realize how we ended up on the bed. She used her teeth to pull open my shirt, leaning down to press her lips to my skin. I shuddered. Pinning my waist down, her voice left no room for argument. Don't squirm. Only after she was satisfied did he muttered under his breath. It really does smell good. All night, right to the end. I wished I could turn back time. I never should have sent that package to him. Baijiru just laughed. Too late. I just ordered another box. I went numb. The next day, he couldn't wait to make our relationship official. He posted 3 times in a row, terrified someone might miss it. Even the comments couldn't handle how whipped he was. Looks like someone had a wild night. No more blind dates for our boy. Grandma, the ship you stand is finally sailing again. Suddenly the trending topics were all about us. All right, that's enough, I said, walking over to snatch his phone. He'd been clutching it since morning, grinning like an idiot while scrolling through the comments. Every time he saw a bad one, he'd huff and report it. He'd been at it all morning. Baijiru just lounged on the sofa, grinning. You think I'm excited? He leaned in, teasing. How about we keep going after lunch? I threw a throw pillow right at his face. In your dreams. My lower back was still aching. Remembering his words from last night, I snapped. Go, cancel that order right now. He waved his phone at me. Too late. What do you mean? Before I could ask, the doorbell rang. It was the same delivery guy as last time. Next day shipping. Please sign here. I watched Baijiru haul in a massive box, desperately hoping it wasn't what I thought. The next second, a massive box packed with neatly stacked little boxes was sitting right in front of me. He picked one up and gave it a shake. Strawberry flavor, you like? My vision went black, and I nearly collapsed on the couch. Like it. My ass. Before I fainted from sheer rage, I threw my days. I saw him walk over. He knelt on the sofa, wedging his knees between my thighs, pinning me down so I couldn't move. Remember what you promised before. What? I asked, my mind a complete blank. He just twirled his phone with one hand. He scrolled through something and turned the screen to me. It was that text message I'd sent to tease him back then. In plain sight, it read, "Go use your own toys yourself." Crap, I really shot myself in the foot. He pocketed his phone and slowly leaned in, his voice dropping to a dangerous whisper. You're right, I should use my own things. So, I'll use them, and you'll take them. I cried inside. Can I take a sick day? Sure, but take 1. Payback 3. I closed my eyes, accepting my doom. Fine, bring it on. Staring at me like I was some tragic martyr, he laughed and blew air on my face. Just teasing. What if I scare my hubby away after he finally came back? He pulled me up to sit on his lap. I couldn't bear 2, 3 times a week max. Okay? I scratched my head. Well, you don't have to hold back that much. He looked at me. I cleared my throat, feeling a bit guilty. Actually, that box of condoms I sent was about to expire. I felt bad throwing them out, so I shipped them to you. He went dead silent. I patted his shoulder solemnly. So, tight schedule, heavy workload. He stared at me for a few seconds, then suddenly grabbed my hand and dragged me toward the stairs. I panicked. Wait, what's happening? He looked like he was about to lose it. You felt bad throwing them out, so you think I'd let them waste. Let's use them up. Now, and that's the end of the story. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll keep bringing you more stories and comics.